Peace Leute und was geht ab and welcome to my next video from the creepy stories, and this is the five story is this hair Lego.
You've seen her. You know you have. Try to deny it all you want. It happened. It happened a lot, actually. Never fully. Always out of the corner of your eye. Just out of sight. That's where she stays. She does not like to be seen. But she loves it when people try. You try and tell yourself it was nothing. Just your mind playing tricks. She likes that too. She likes making you feel like that. You tell yourself there's nothing there, yet you can feel her. You feel her gaze. You feel her breath on the back of your neck. Your hair stands on end when she's there. Do you think that happens for no reason? It's her. It's always been her. It will always be her. She was the beginning, and she will be the end. She was the first shadow that has haunted man from the beginning. She is older than sin itself. She was here long before what you call God, and she will be around long after he is forgotten. In the meantime, she wants you. You can feel her pull. You don't know that you feel it, but something inside you drives you to know what she is. You can't deny it anymore. You know you saw something. A ghost, a demon, you don't know. But that's where you start. Suddenly, you're obsessed. You need to know. You read every book on the occult you can find. You scour the internet, reading every article you can about what lurks in the dark. Nothing seems to fit. You read about shadow people, boogeymen, and every other entity from every obscure website. Some seem like possibilities, but you know that's not what you saw. Then you find it. Her. This is it. Before you even read the article, you know this is it. You're suddenly filled with a sickening mixture of dread and desire. You click on the link, but it's just a blank page with one line of writing. The beginning ritual. Hurriedly, you Google the ritual and find the directions on how to see her. It looks like your run-of-the-mill ritual. Candles, symbols, and a bit of blood. Nothing too out of the ordinary. You get everything you need. The thought that you will finally see her fills you with anticipation. You'll know what she is. You'll know you're not crazy. You go to start the ritual, but you suddenly get the feeling that something isn't right. You feel that you're in danger. But you shrug it off. After all, you're trying to see the thing that lurks in the dark. Of course you're nervous. So you proceed. You draw the symbols, say the strange words, and bring the large hunting knife to the palm of your hand, and make one long, smooth cut. The second your blood hits the floor, you feel it. The concussion, the absolute horrendous pain. You feel as though your body's being ripped to shreds and burned all at once. You try to scream, but it's useless. You've lost all control of your body. All you can do is sit there and feel the searing, blinding pain. It doesn't stop. As the days, weeks, months go on, it doesn't stop. You feel every second of it. You can't sleep. You won't pass out. There is no reprieve. You feel your mind slip away from you. Your once rational thoughts turn into demented desires to make someone else feel as you do. You need to show them how it feels. You need to show them how she makes you feel. You know she's there, even though you can't see. You know it. Then you hear her. The sweet, beautiful voice. You hear the words. They're unrecognizable, but somehow you understand. You found me. I knew you would. You'll be one of mine. Would you like that? She coos to you. Eagerly you agree. Suddenly, you realize you can move again, but it feels weird. As though your body has changed shape and bends in different positions. Find me more. We need to be many. Seek out those who used to be like you. Those who want to believe in monsters. You feel her touch your face. She feels as though she could rip the skin off. You can feel the long gashes where she touched you. You can feel the blood seeping out. But you like it. Suddenly the pain she causes feels like when your mother used to hug you. You smile, but your mouth opens wider than it used to. You find this funny. You laugh. Your voice is much deeper than it was before, and the sound makes you laugh even more. You feel her close again. Go, find me more. Send them on the path. You know how. I've showed you. You feel everything slip away. When you awake, you're in a strange yet familiar space. You feel someone around you, so you hide. You scuttle sideways across the floor and take refuge in the shadows. You don't want them to see you. You only move when they turn away from you. You know what this looks like to them. They can only see you out of the corner of their eyes. They tell themselves it was just their imagination, so you move again, a little more obvious this time. They scream. The sound excites you more than you thought possible. You want them to do it again, and the thought makes you laugh. They run out of the room. You know they heard you, and it angers you that they ran away. You were having fun. Then you hear someone else, so you go play with them too. You see her from time to time, while you follow your playthings. You see them search, just as you had. You watch them find the ritual. You see them spill their blood. Then, she comes. She always comes. She smiles at you, and you know what is about to happen. You know what they're about to feel, and it excites you. You watch your plaything disappear, just as you once did, and she comes closer to you. Well done. Keep going, she says as she touches your chest, leaving deep, blood-soaked ridges. You look down and smile. This will help you with the next one. You watch her disappear too. This makes you sad. Then a thought occurs to you. If you send her more playthings, you will see her. Eagerly, you scuttle off to lure another plaything into her grasp, so you can see her again. Nothing else matters. Just her.
And this is the end from the creepy story, and now come the CNN News. Welcome to the CNN News, and now come the US politics.
Trump's former lawyer and keeper of secrets, Michael Cohen, set to answer questions tomorrow from the Senate Intel Committee, is going to do it behind closed doors. But that is the beginning of Cohen's 3-day marathon on Capitol Hill. So just imagine, right, the split screen, there you go, on the television on Wednesday, the day Cohen is set to testify in the House, under oath, live on TV, as the president meets with North Korean dictator Kim Jong-un in Vietnam. The question is, will there be any real progress to end that nuclear threat from Pyongyang?
I think we'll have a very tremendous summit. We want denuclearization, and I think you'll have a country that will set a lot of records for speed in terms of an economy.
So let's not forget, okay? The president seems to see Kim Jong-un through rose-colored glasses.
We fell in love, okay? No, really. He wrote me beautiful letters.
But you gotta wonder, if Everybody in the administration is on the same page. You got to wonder, are they on the same page? Listen to this exchange between the Secretary of State, Mike Pompeo, and our very own Jake Tapper. Here it is.
Do you think North Korea remains a nuclear threat? Yes. But the president said he doesn't. It's not what he said. I mean, I know precisely.
He tweeted
that there is no longer a nuclear threat from North Korea.
That's right. He did. The president clearly tweeted last June, okay? And this is a quote. He said, "There is no nuclear threat from North Korea." That was a quote. The president tweeted this. "There is no nuclear threat from North Korea." Thursday will be day 2 of the Trump-Kim summit, as Cohen goes back to Capitol Hill for another grilling, this time from the House Intel Committee behind closed doors. Now, you can bet that President Trump will want to have a news conference to get attention for any progress he makes with Kim on the nuclear threat. But at the same time, he'll undoubtedly have to answer questions about Michael Cohen. One big development we're not expecting this week, and that is the Mueller report. But that doesn't mean the president can rest easy right now. He said the timing of the report is totally up to his new handpicked Attorney General William Barr, who, in his confirmation hearing last month, said he would provide as much transparency as he can. Note he said, as much as he can.
So that'll be totally up to him. I guess from what I understand, that will be totally up to the Attorney General, okay?
So there's no requirement that the report is ever made public, even though we, the American people, are the ones paying for it. The Deputy Attorney General, who is Rod Rosenstein, keeping his cards very close to his chest today.
What's the Attorney General going to do? You'll have to ask him that question.
A lot of people are wondering what Rosenstein meant when he said this.
When we charge somebody with a violation, we need to be prepared to prove it by evidence beyond any reasonable doubt. And the guidance I always gave my prosecutors and the agents that I worked with during my tenure on the front lines in law enforcement were, if we aren't prepared to prove our case beyond a reasonable doubt in court, then we have no business making allegations against American citizens.
So what's he saying? What is he saying there? Is that a sign that the report will stay under wraps? Congressman Adam Schiff not having it.
I've had this conversation with Rod Rosenstein and others on down at the Justice Department as they turned over thousands and thousands of pages of discovery in the Clinton email investigation, and there was no indictment in that investigation, that this was a new precedent they were setting, and they were going to have to live by this precedent, whether it was a Congress controlled by the Democrats or Republicans.
It looks like Congress is gearing up for a big fight over the Mueller report. And there's more facing the president here at home. The House expected to pass a resolution of disapproval in the wake of his declaring a national emergency to start building his border wall without money from Congress.
It's a big, beautiful, powerful steel wall that you can see through, which is very important to be able to see through. And if you don't have it, you're not going to have borders, you're not going to have a country pretty soon.
And in the face of all that, here's another case of the Trump White House attempting to ignore the truth. This time, the truth about climate change. The president was reportedly upset by his own administration's national climate assessment, which described climate change as a threat to this country. These are his own people. He's upset about it not buying it, reportedly, okay? So, well, he's not. Because his White House is setting up a new working group of federal scientists to counter the scientific consensus. I kid you not. To actually try to debunk the administration's own conclusions. You can't write this. That's according to the Washington Post. Like I said, this week is a very big deal with news of Paul Manafort, Michael Cohen, Rod Rosenstein, and as they say in the TV business, and more. All while the president is sitting across a table from Kim Jong-un. And the stakes in all this could not be higher.
And this is the end from the CNN News. and we see us in the next video. So Leute, das war's dann auch schon mit diesem Video. Lasst einen Daumen hoch für mehr solcher creepy Geschichten und vergesst das Abonnieren nicht und vergesst die Glocke nicht zu aktivieren, dann bekommt ihr auch regelmäßig eine Benachrichtigung, wenn ein neues Video hochgeladen hat. Und wir sehen uns auf jeden Fall im nächsten Video. Bis dahin, Peace.